Welcome back, everybody. We're back here with Dr. Phil. I did lower the music volume. Thanks for giving me the heads up, and I apologize for the obstreperous screeching in your ears. I did notice it on the playback, but yeah, I'm not going to go back and edit that shit. Y'all know me too well. Dr. Phil wants to welcome you back too. We have done some interesting research. James was reading up on Dr. Phil and his amazing biography. Middle linebacker for Tulsa, doctorate in psychology, although he is no longer licensed to practice. That's not something we're going to quibble over when it comes to giving common sense advice to the people of Pendor. Isn't that right, James? What the fuck ever you say, Dr. Phil. Don't go advising me. I'm not one of your meth queens that your producers have pulled out of random trailer parks. Although I gotta admit, I watched some of his videos. On the one hand, I'm thinking, this guy's profiting off the misery of some really sad people. On the other hand, I grew up with some people like that, and I'm like, this guy's putting them in their fucking place. This is some beautiful shit. So I'm kind of rooting for him half the time. When you get these just really impudent bitches right out of the trailer, you know, the meth dripping from their lips, and Dr. Phil's like, you want to take notes? You need to take notes on this, young lady. That's a load of crap. I like it when he gets like, you know, gets real fired up. Sometimes you gotta give them the tough love, James. Just like you and your alcoholic. Don't start on me, Dr. Phil. You're not gonna be all moral. Just spare me the sanctimonious bullshit. See, your other voices, you don't need to reward bad behavior. Fuck off, Dr. Phil. Let's get the fucking thing going. Hope everybody's having a great week. Dr. Phil wishes you the same. We have two people. Dr. Phil, where is your charisma? Well, I had to have a meeting between my podcasts and my other series with a collection of 6 ladies afflicted with herpes and crippling cocaine addiction while they were fornicating with their immediate family members and first cousins. This took a lot of my effort and energy to resolve this conflict. Okay, Dr. Phil. Fuck. All right, we have 8 people. That's good. Dr. Phil, you're moving up, man. Oh, by the way, I'll fix that. Where's your inventory? No more hats. We're going to show off that beautiful bald dome. I am very secure in my appearance, James. Thank you. Let's go ahead and upgrade him. Agility. We got to get him quick. I mean, he was a middle linebacker. That lateral movement, sideline to sideline speed. That's what I had. Let's go ahead and gray him up a little bit. Give me some dignity and gravitas. There we go. Although I have enough money. Well, you're in a medieval setting, all right? You're not going to have makeup or anything. It's going to be closer to the frazzled geriatric look. Okay, you're going to be a little weathered. Okay? Yeah, just touch of gray. Power strike, that's good. I was a heavy hitter. Cracked a few skulls in my day. Sure you did, Dr. Phil. Jake. Oh, I forgot. We can't go to Ravenstern. Dr. Phil has burned a few bridges up there. That's an ongoing legal case, James. If I were afraid of the likes of you, I'd fall on my sword in disgust. I like the bravado. Oh, these are the mountain people. They're not too bad. I say that probably like patched in death axes. Immediately take your face off. Nah, they're still shitty. They have good music, though. I mean, if you're going to be the mediocre enemies, go for the good soundtrack. They didn't go cheap, you know. They didn't... When it came to the mountain tribe's budget, they said, all right, we got axes, horses, weapons, training, armor, or we can get a good soundtrack. They went with the soundtrack. Gotta say, it has a lot of staying power. Give you credit, guys. I didn't. Excellent. Dr. Phil, you're getting better, man. Well, I'm just out here trying to help these they're troubled young men. We're going to send them to the youth rehabilitation camp, including you, mister. That's a really neat outfit there. That bear on your head, I'd kind of like one of those, you know? But what gives you the right to swing that axe at me? That is what I want to know, young man. Because when you try to deglove the faces and appendages of random people, and don't Google image that, which I know you will and you'll regret, I warned you, then you're gonna, there's gonna be consequences, and I just can't reward that kind of violent behavior. That's right, I gotta hit you over the head, maybe cave in those orbital sockets, cause some bleeding, maybe a little bit of the mild CTE. We don't want you to go full on shivering in a car, hooking battery cables, jumper cables up to your balls CTE. We want the kind of light vegetable, mildly docile CTE, with a little twitchiness so that we know you're still alive. That's what we're aiming for here. And that's how we're gonna heal Pendor, one brain-damaged individual at a time. And notice, James, I'm able to speak without lapsing into a fit of shut the fuck up, stop judging me, you pseudo Dr. Quack motherfucker. James, did you even finish the 5th grade? I just have to ask, because it might be time for you to get a Texas ass whipping. I've had a fucking Texas ass whipping. I've had several Texas ass whippings. I've had multiple state ass whippings, Dr. Phil, so go fuck off, alright? Take your dietary supplements in suppository mode and go fuck right off, alright? Oh, I'm right here with you. You might want to give up on yourself, James, and just collapse into a sad vortex of alcohol and chicken tenders, but I won't let you do that. I won't give up. Fuck off. Oh, this sad-ass group. This is what I get for disparaging the mountain tribes. Oh, Jesus. What, just a slew of yellow and orange. Alright, we can do this. 2 against 7. Come on, Dr. Phil. Tighten up the sinews. Come on. Summon up the courage. Let's do this. It's a big ball game. 4th and 1. Come on. Yeah, see? Good. Good, Dr. Phil. I once collected several sacks, and I don't give a fuck what you did on the gridiron. Oh shit, shooting arrows, that's no good. You know, one of the things I fucking hate in a long list is fucked up garage doors. I had a fucking deal with my garage door, and it turned into like some, I'm trying to think of a metaphor here. It had broken down and was old enough that it had become like this voodoo system where I had this really ridiculous, like, it was kind of like people that God fucking damn it, Dr. Phil, I'm trying to tell a fucking story and you're fucking me. I don't reward bad behavior. Fuck off, Dr. Phil. Oh, we're utterly crushed. Oh, we're captured. Just what you want. This gives us time for reflection to consider the mistakes you've made. All right, James? You should have taken the correct dietary supplements as I recommended. Oh, and they're taking us to your good, Dr. Phil. I'm sure you're fucking loving this. Anyways. Yeah, I had to do like this ridiculous kind of tap dance thing with the old garage door. I finally got it replaced. I just ponied up, got it fixed, because like the unit was so old they couldn't even just replace the parts. Because I tried like jerry rigging the chain up there, getting that bitch to move, and it was it was to where I was just like, I would do like a rain dance and clap my hands and touch it in just the right way. It was like massaging, and I had to sweet talk it too. You had to, that's right, James, you gotta give it positive reinforcement. But it got so bad that I was just having to manually lift the garage door. People probably thought I was trying to break. I'm lucky I didn't get shot. People around here, it's like, well, that might be breaking and entering. Can't chance it. Shoot the son of a bitch. He looks crazy anyways. I saw him talking to himself and cussing loud there in the yard. Just go ahead and yeah, put a round right there, center mass, you know, just in case, all right? Well, James, if it was me, I might be disposed to put around it. I'm sure you would shoot me, Dr. Phil. Probably your professional fucking advice, wouldn't it? Well, wouldn't be my first resort, but, you know, we've tried scaring you straight. That hasn't worked. And clearly you've made some terrible choices. And you're being haunted by reality and the approaching doom of middle age. And, you know, all that weighing on in you. Just, you know, I knew a wise man named Mr. Bobby Bass, and he recommended that we just put a little subsonic 22 in your skull, James. Fuck you, Dr. Phil. Colluding with Bobby against me now? Don't even bring him into this shit. Cuddy's over there. Bring Bobby in. We want to hear his opinion. No, I'm not fucking doing it, alright? Bobby had his run as a Confederate general in one of the other videos. Might have to bring him back for that, but that's it. And oddly enough, Bobby was like by far the best tactically of anybody I ever had. I was in character, and somehow I made sound tactical decisions. It's amazing. See, James, you just need to surrender yourself to Bobby and let his soul take over yours. You know, it's like one of these multiple personality disorders. You just need to give up on most of them and just surrender to the wisest and most polite voice in your head, which other than me, I do believe would be Mr. Bass. Who are these guys? Mr. Bass is occupied. He's not coming out. I need to do another audio. You know, it's funny in my absence. You know what I got the most fucking messages about? It wasn't about mods, obviously. It was neither about the videos or the streaming. It was one video. And of all the shit, it was that William Faulkner reading of that short story. I think it's from Go Down Moses, It's the Bear. And I got more messages from like pissed off academics because I had a few interjections. I was reading it in characters, Bobby Bass. So Bobby like, oh motherfucker. You know, stuff like that in certain moments to accentuate the, I don't know, it's just Bobby, all right? It's pure Bobby, and I don't really have a full rationalization for it other than I was in character. And I'd get these really intense messages. People like, look, I watched this video expecting an audiobook, not your juvenile interjections. You know, fuck off, you self-important douchebag. Jesus fucking Christ. You see the picture on the fucking YouTube video. It's a goddamn New Vegas NPC with a goddamn virtual dog sitting at his goddamn typewriter with some fucking graphics from 20 fucking years ago, and you're gonna think it's a serious fucking reading of Faulkner? Fuck right off, right, Mr. Bowman? That's right, James. Just let it all out. Just let out those feelings, and we'll work. God damn! Why did I have to take Dr. Phil as a voice? Ferrisford. Oh God! Against 11, we can do this, Dr. Phil. With your loot. God, look at that. He's an impressive individual. That's right. Married the cheerleader. Had a reputation for being a domineering dick. That's okay. I give great advice to all the trailer trash of America. I'm almost slipping into Bill Clinton mode. I gotta work on that. But he kind of has that sage southern old wise man voice. Oh, good, Dr. Phil. These deserters, they're just disillusioned, angry young men they haven't had much luck in life. That guy was almost kind of a young Gary Busey looking guy. You know, if you've never seen Buddy, for all of Gary Busey's madness, his portrayal of Buddy Holly is pretty rock solid. And Mr. Joshua, of course, which that's one of those, I don't know how much he was acting things. Come on, show me that axe, swing it. I'm competing at the lumber games. That shit's impressive. The ones where they chop wood in a certain amount of time or use chainsaw, and those dudes are usually pretty fucking swole. Chopping wood's really great exercise. Yes, I'd highly recommend it. Except you just need to have the correct dietary supplements, and then there's really no need for all that sweating and grunting. Fuck off. This is my life now. Alright. Is that an upgrade? Rough hunter boots. Yeah, he's got those big shoes. Okay. Let's go sell these hobos. Have a swig. I think she's a flesh peddler. Okay. Jamming out there, young man. Not as good as me. Kassim, I don't want to pay for his shit or deal with him. He's kind of a whiner. He's high maintenance. You'd probably like that, wouldn't you, Dr. Phil? That thing sucks. Let's get her actual lance. Need a big war hammer. And there we go. Oh, man, y'all are eating through that food. I might have had a hand in that. Get you some steak, Dr. Phil. Mmm. So good. I bet you take your steak well done, don't you, Dr. Phil, you fucking douchebag. Commenters, I take my steak well done. You are a fucking asshole. You're out of your fucking mind. Who eats their steak well done? I mean, seriously. That's abusive to the meat. It's a crime, man. I get medium, alright? I understand that. I'm more of a medium rare or rare. You gotta say rare in most places, because rare actually ends up meaning medium. You know, if you want actual rare, just tell them steak tartare. Then you'll get rare. Oh, who are these guys? Really, really angry. See, James, if you had a really elegant mustache, that would absolutely help with your depression and self-loathing. I'm confident. Let me tell you something, Dr. Phil. I'm blonde, kind of, in my facial hair, kind of a mixed Neapolitan. A little bit of everything. But I have a shitty blonde mustache. It just does not work, alright? I'm of a believer you gotta have darker hair. You know, Burt Reynolds, Tom Selleck, somebody like that, they can pull off a stash. But not this guy. That's a real shame, James. You're just missing out on one of the great joys of life. But you know, if you'd be willing to come on my show, along with your extended family, preferably while they're under the influence. Dr. Phil, let me just go ahead and... You don't have to add that little caveat. They're gonna be under the influence, and so would I. You pay me $100,000 fucking dollars though, I'd come on that show and I'd make a total fucking spectacle out of it. You'd get your fucking ratings. You pay me enough? Goddamn right I will. Goddamn right. I'll go on there with everybody in the family. Uncle Billy, cousin Susan, or whatever the fuck. Everybody, and they ain't talking, but we don't care. We'd go right on there. If I literally told you, I don't even tell you half the family shit, the drama, because if you knew where it came from, like over a fence line, some of the most petty shit imaginable that has caused, like, literally, my grandfather was going to shoot a man over a fence post in the wrong place. I couldn't make this fucking shit up. And frankly, he was kind of right. Like, maybe that's my inner redneck, you know, rationally. But the guy was an asshole, and it was a property dispute. He was a fucking piece of shit. Shooting at cows and shit. Yeah, fuck him. Well, James, let's reevaluate that. Shooting him might not be the best solution. What gives you the right to shoot? Fuck it. Let him come on my fucking property. All right? I try to deny my, like, redneck. It's still there, all right? One of the things I love about Faulkner, some other Southern writers, it's like you try to get away from it, but you can't. The redneck stays in you, man. God. That fucked up backwards tribalism probably goes all the way back to the Scottish hills or whatever the fuck in Appalachia. You took my heifer, like cattle theft. I think that's a thing. They were herders, and that's what caused a lot of the particularly the bellicosity or aggressiveness of a lot of rednecks. Is that it's the culture of honor regarding herding. It's interesting. Oh, it's great academic commentary. You know, you should read my dissertation on meth and the venereal herpes-ridden hookers of America's trailer parks. That's right. And the shitty mothers who breed them. Although generally, I gotta say, I'm rooting for him. Again, he's got his producers, like, that's the real talent. The people to go out and find these fucking crazy people and convince or pay them to appear on his show. I mean, because they've got some real gems, man. Like, some of them are just... It's like I took a few crazy people that I knew growing up, and I'm talking backwoods as fuck, and they put them in some kind of gene splicer and amped up the fucking... And, you know, you got, like, some questionable Nazi or Chinese scientist there that's tweaking the genetic code to be like, let's amp up the fucking redneck craziness, the white trash lunacy, and boom, that's the product. And they're on Dr. Phil's show, and he handles it, man. I mean, I know he's like reveling in it, you know, because he's just seeing dollar bills in his eyes when he's, you know, talking down to these lunatics. Nobody tells me what to be on my show. I love some of his lines. I'd rather live in a Buick than what you're doing here. That's what he told somebody, he was like, I'd rather live in the back seat of a car or a van than be here with you, or something to that effect. And you end up saying, damn it, you tell him, Dr. Phil, you fucking quack. I'm still rooting for you. You hit him with those axes, boys. These old devil worshippers. When I played for the University of Tulsa, we played a Satanist university, and we decapitated their quarterback. None of that happened, Dr. Phil. I'm pretty sure that's just a... It did. And if he had had the correct dietary supplements, game might have turned out differently. And he did get sued. I read up on that. Like a recurring thing he had to settle. Oh shit. Now why'd you have to go bring that up, man? That's just bad karma. A minor legal quibble when I was just trying to help folks out and profit dramatically. Oh shit. Get over here. Oh, got the head honcho. Got the L. Ron Hubbard over there. Went clear at the end of that fucking mace, didn't he? Jeez, Dr. Phil's getting better. Right, getting that old strength back. They called me the Hammer. Dr. Phil the Hammer McGraw. And I'm working on the cat videos. I know somebody wants the cat videos. I will get them. Right when Al gets his 500 subscriber video, but I will get them. The cats they kind of do this thing where they're brother and sister, all right, and the sibling rivalry continues into adulthood, and it's like one of them goes inside and the other one has to go outside, so they're never in the same place at the same time, generally. And they do this thing at the door, like I'll go to open the door, one's inside, one's outside, they both want to go in different directions, and they have this little standoff for a brief moment when I crack the door open, and you can almost hear the ah, wah, wah, wah. And they do this kind of really unceremonious, awkward, like, shuffle by each other. It's like, you motherfucker, I hate you, and I'm going to squeeze through because I'm going to go outside. Do it. This is the entertainment for me. This is what brings me joy in life. Watching live. My cats do this. Alright. Look at that. Much improved, James. Very good. I'm keeping the loot, though. I'm not changing that. Nah, won't do it. He's going to stay. He's going to show. He is going to conquer Pendor with no shame for that baldness. I will give you that, Dr. Phil. He doesn't do any implants or any of that shit. He wears it loud and proud. So kudos to you, Dr. Phil. I hate that bitch. Where's Anson? My nerd. Anson. He's my favorite. It's like when, you know, in Breaking Bad, Heisenberg has to have Jesse as his cook partner. You know, they get him like an actual chemist to be his partner, but it's like, I can't talk down to him or belittle him or whatever. You know, he needs like his side. It's like Pinky in the Brain. You know, he's got to have Pinky. And so that's, you know, I need Anson. He's my Jesse. He's my Pinky. You're not exactly the brain. I fucking know, but you know what I mean. God damn it. Pinky and the Brain. Pinky and the Brain. One's a genius. Oh, the fish are touching. That's what we call manifestation of obsessive compulsive behavior, James. It's not healthy. You probably touch the fish together, don't you, you sick fuck? I mean, really, who does that? That's madness. It's like leaving the volume on a digit ending in 3 or 7. No, or 1 or 9 for that matter. I don't like any of those endings. No, multiples, even numbers or multiples of 5. That's it. Otherwise, you might as well be fucking Pol Pot. Good, more strength, Dr. Phil. Did I end up getting you the pole arm? Yeah, I just haven't, or the lance, excuse me, I haven't used it. If there are any discrepancies in the volume, please tell me, and Dr. Phil will take care of them immediately. High production value is of our utmost concern. I have to admit, I didn't think one of the Bethesda games needs a Dr. Phil companion. I think that would be a wonderful idea, James. I could travel the wasteland, help people, give advice, or you could just push me into a Deathclaw nest. I wouldn't do that to you, Dr. Phil. I give you shit, but gotta admit, You're better than some. Getting money. We're going to be able to start investing. Spread Dr. Phil's. Build his pseudopsychology empire across Pendor. In the meantime, let's go advise these forest robbers. Alright. Oh, now this one's full. Oh, shit. Let's go ahead and do that couch lance. Come on, Dr. Phil. You know how to do this. Faster, Dr. Phil. Faster. Couch that bitch. The fuck, Dr. Phil? What are you doing? Well. Oh, that is just... Jesus H. Christ. Alright. We'll go back to the stick. Oh, that... Dr. Phil, what is going on here? It's satisfying. What can I say? The scream. When you hit him right in the skull. James, I know you've been told this, but there's something really, really wrong with you. Alright, I'm very concerned. Level 9, you're moving up. Now see, I don't like 9 on volume, but as a jersey number, 9 is pretty damn lucky. I think that was Roy Hobbs' number in the natural, which makes it a great baseball number. That seems like superstitious nonsense, Jim. Fuck off, Dr. Phil. Probably couldn't get on fucking base, could you? Fucking idiot. I was a splendid athlete. Meanwhile, James, you never had the makings of a varsity athlete. Fuck. I love that bit in The Sopranos. Never had the makings of a varsity athlete. Excellent. Dr. Phil, you're a motivator, if nothing else. A team builder extraordinaire. Yes, and just so you know, I can come to your company or organization for $100,000 per hour to give my once-in-a-lifetime speeches along with sound dietary advice. And why'd you have to add the diet thing, Doctor? We know you're going to gouge him for the speech. You don't have to add the dietary shit. Sell that, sell that, sell that, sell it all. Anybody ever go to flea markets much? My grandparents took me to flea markets all the fucking time when I was a kid. People ask me, again, like if you want to see middle American redneck splendor, and I think that they're not as robust as they used to be, but back in the 80s and 90s, I mean, flea markets were like a thing unto themselves. It was like, you know, when Mad Max goes to Bartertown and they're just hawking all kind of weird shit. That was what it was like in like East Texas flea markets back in the 80s and 90s. But occasionally you'd get a rare gem. You know, you'd get like that one, you'd occasionally see somebody, you know, a one-eyed ex-truck driver selling his grandson's malformed G.I. Joe, and you might get a piece of Lieutenant Falcon's hand, all right? And that was a victory right there. And you'd get it, I mean, it was like 5 cents or something. That was great. What's your G.I. Joe collection? Well, I have an appendage from Destro. Let's go. Keep riding. Jarl, 3 fingers. I wonder if he's related to Lobster Boy. Probably shouldn't have done that. Son of a bitch. It's a bad decision, right, Dr. Phil? Yes, and you shouldn't reward bad bitch. Oh, God. That was bad. Like that shitty backhand. The these guys. Nice, Dr. Phil. Gotta keep that loot up. Good God. This reminds me of that time we at the bowl game in a hailstorm while demons stormed the field. Dr. Phil, where are you getting this fucking shit? I do love like exaggerated like high school or college football stories. They're pretty great. It was sub-zero. Half the offensive line had frostbite and gunshot wounds, and we had to go for the 2-point conversion. Fuck, Dr. Phil, we are shot to shit. Oh, God damn it, Dr. Phil. We missed the 2-point conversion. And he talks himself out. I'll give that to Dr. Phil. Now, he gets into the shit, but he smooths his way right out. That's right, James. And only one of us has been detained by law enforcement. Fuck up, Dr. Phil. That was a prank gone awry, you asshole. Typical delinquent behavior. A few years later, they could have had you on my show. Maybe changed your life for the better instead of slipping down that dark slope of modding, self-deprecation, and imbibing spirits at odd hours of the day. What are we doing money-wise? Damn it, they took a lot of money. Those assholes. I'd really like to go up to Ravenstern because the mountain people are a lot easier to handle at a low level. Sometimes life gives you lemons and you gotta make a lemonade, James. I'm gonna just... This is... I can't escape it. This is... I get into... People ask me if sometimes the characters I write a voice are me. And it's like, no, these are just... They're voices. And sometimes they're ghosts. Like people I fucking knew. And it didn't even like. And they just pop up. Dear God. Out of my fucking mind. Talking about that fucking Chekhov story with the black monk or whatever. Hey, that was mild. I did rewatch the other night. I may have mentioned this. I can't remember if I mentioned it in the stream. Sorry, my memory's collapsing. Rewatching Red Dawn. Now, I approve of that. Powers Booth, a great Texas man. We agree on that. He was also good in Deadwood. Well, that one was a little profane for my tastes. And that's what we got to work on if you make any more mods, James. Let's just cut back on that old cussing and focus on good, solid storytelling. Dr. Phil. I'm sure that... Okay, Dr. Phil. Swinging for the fences over here. I'm very concerned about these people. I'm tempted to attack that caravan. Because I'm a roaming knight errant. No, I'm a hobo errant is what I am. Knight errant is way too generous. Is this where the 3 witches spawn? Oh God! Oh God, I thought that was it. This is still gonna be ugly, but that was... Those guys were fucking sneaky. They were like forest devil worshipping ninjas dropping down from a fucking sycamore Like Zacchaeus. Come here. Come here. Damn it to hell. James, let's talk some more about your childhood and what happened there. And then we can get some common sense. Dr. Phil, you don't want to fucking know, alright? We already talked about... Let's talk about the Littlefoot incident. No, Dr. Phil. Fuck off. We have been over that shit. It's a running fucking meme. It's a joke. It's on the fucking wiki. All that. Yeah, the modding thing. Modding wiki. Some guy 2000s mods. Oh, by the way, he fucks stuffed dinosaurs. Well, we need to work that out. So you have a problem, and you need to deal with these negative and harmful feelings, James. What gives you the right to put your adolescent penis in that stuffed dinosaur, James? I don't remember, Dr. Phil, alright? I was awash with hormones and angst, and it was all dialed up to fucking 11, okay? And I was so fucking horny, I couldn't goddamn think straight. I felt like my head was gonna explode like in Scanners or something. Alright? My nuts and my head. It was like blue balls, blue brain. Well, back in my day, no, we didn't fuck dinosaurs. We just fucked the cheerleaders in the back seat of a 57 Chevy. Well, you win at life, Dr. Phil, alright? Yeah, this is bad. Dr. Phil, I'm sure you're making a lot of friends, but we are shitting away our prospects. But we're gaining valuable experience. That is a victory in its... No, it's not, Dr. Phil. Keeping like a... And, you know, at least a platoon-sized force would be a victory at this point. Hell, I'd settle for a goddamn fire team. What do we got? Okay, yeah, we can do that. Can they take my... At least I've got the cheese. Okay. I have to put that there because I can't have like a gap. It's weird. Don't question it. It is, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, he is a troubled man, alright? I'm trying to help him, and I appreciate your patience. It is going to be a long, grueling process with a lot of dietary supplementation to boot. But even then, it's just going to take a lot of work for you to take responsibility for your actions, James, and your flaws and the terrible choices you've made, starting with, we can go over with the dinosaur and the gator. Dr. Phil, this is a terrible fucking voice, alright? Because he's going to like agonize over every one of my shitty fucking choices as a kid. Fucking hell. What about the time, James, you set off that stink bomb just to prove a point in junior high? Made the teacher vomit. People were worried it was some kind of terrorist incident. You should have gone to jail for that. Now that's harsh, Dr. Phil. I did my time in detention. But because you were an athlete, you got treated special. Like you never got fucking special treatment. Mr. fucking Jock of the Decade. Kiss my ass. Every fucking jock in existence uses that shit. Special fucking privilege when it comes to punishment in school. Kiss my eat my ass, motherfucker. You cheated your way through high school physics. Fuck you, Dr. fucking Phil. Everybody cheated their way in that fucking class. The teacher was a fucking coach. They didn't give a fuck. Oh, fuck this guy. You should be ashamed. Started long path of academic. No, I generally, I didn't cheat much, alright? It was only in a handful of, like, either math or science classes. But, like, any kind of liberal arts shit, I own that shit. If I fail, I never failed English or history. Occasionally didn't do that well, but usually I was having to compensate because I was, like, so close to failing some of my math classes that I had to get really good grades in history and English so that when I got the report card home, I only got, like, a mild beating. As opposed to, like, full-fledged, I'm gonna kick your ass off this planet. Or just absolutely disown you. It's not like my parents, they were not like I make it out like they were like, you know, the tiger parents, like the obsessive, you know, like they're gonna stick a punchy stick up your feet if you get a B. No, it wasn't like that, but I was all in all an average student. But, yeah, very imbalanced, very lopsided. Meanwhile, I was both an academic and an athletic scholarship. Oh, fuck you, Dr. fucking Phil. You had I fucking read your shit. You were chasing fucking cheerleader Tang out there. Kiss my fucking ass. You were Jackie and Diane, motherfucker. And I don't really hold it against you. Fuck. Good for you, man. Really, I mean, Dr. Phil's won. He's done well. Kind of, again, unnerving at points, the degree to which he profits off these really disturbed, trashy people, but at the same time, this is America. Profiting off trashiness that's just something we excel at. It's a case of American exceptionalism. It's my patriotic duty. I do love it, man. Because again, I did go to school with people like that, and I'm just, when he really puts one of these crazy bitches in their place, I do have to admit, like I was clowning on him a lot, and I do. But at the same time, I was like, damn, this guy should get like a fucking medal. There was one though, this chick, she said some shit to it that caught him off guard. It's like, thank you for it. It was like the one time I could relate to him. Somebody's like, Dr. Phil, you were nothing before Oprah. He just gives this look like he just kind of looked over his life and realized that, oh Jesus Christ, this is kind of a shitty moment. He's just like, thank you for that. That's great. It's kind of, that's how I feel when I read the comments every day. Thank you for that. Let's keep that loot up, Dr. Phil. God, and excellent. See? I learn from my mistakes, James. I do not keep repeating them in the same bad behavior. See? That was on you, James. You just looked at dragging that body around. And now these good boys are going to get massacred by these heathen Viking motherfuckers. You cussed, Dr. Phil. That was you cussing through me. You're a bad influence, James. A negative influence. Is he running away or just... He's doing his little warm-up routine. Got to get stretched. Get those synovial fluids moving in the joints. Christ alive. One guy. Come on, Dr. Phil. Oh, fuck my life. This is just... And their horn every time they gotta blow that shit. Beat their drums. Give me that hammer. That's what I want. Ooh, nicely done, Dr. Phil. I do have my moments. Damn, good, Dr. Phil. You know, we're off to a rough start, admittedly. But there's potential here. Amidst the cave skulls and shattered dreams and oh shit, spears chunked at our appendages. I spoke too soon. Jeez. Mother shit. Oh, fuck. That was a good shot, man. Well, Dr. Phil, back in the chain gang. One of my favorite movies is Cool Hand Luke, in which Paul Newman stands up against the man in that southern chain gang. Let me tell you what's going to happen. This ain't going to be Cool Hand fucking Luke, Dr. Phil. It's going to be, we get our shit pushed in repeatedly in this fucking horrible medieval prison system, alright? It's gonna make Cool Hand Luke's experience look like Club fucking Med, alright? Just because you have a negative outlook, James. Gotta have a positive attitude. You know, I want some Chinese food, but my fucking favorite Chinese place, they had to move. This is one of those things where my shitty small town and their dumbass fucking zoning. We had a great local Chinese restaurant started by Taiwanese immigrants who came here back in the 90s. And like, you know, salt of the earth, working their ass off types. Family business. And then the city goes and fucks them with the taxes and the zoning. And they're going to have to move. And so they're shut down for months. Thank you so much, shitty small town fucking Chamber of Commerce. God fucking damn it. And they have fucking divine lo mein. That's why you're a fat ass right now, James. If you're going to get fat, I mean, that's a pretty good thing to get fat off of. Good Chinese food. There's more of the story behind them than the restaurant moving, but I think it has to do with the property. They may have stopped, the owner may have stopped leasing it sometime. Of course, but we do have a shitty, kind of a bass-ackwards Chamber of Commerce. Come here. Well, I'm gonna dox you and find it. Look, y'all, I've been doxed. I'm sure you fucking know everything about me, alright? And it's not fucking exciting, alright? People expect some kind of grand revelation. Let me break down the highlights, alright? There's no fucking Edward Snowden goddamn intrigue. It's like, well, we've got an uneven work history, some military service, a lot of medication and depression, and again, let me reemphasize, uneven work history, and that pretty much sums it up. We think he's kind of unstable. There you go. That's the fucking story. Oh, and he fucked that dinosaur when he started. Y'all fucking know everything. I told you every fucked up thing I know about myself. Fuck it. See, James, a good organization when you were a young man was 4-H and FFA. If you had stuck with that, it would have been let me tell you, Dr. Phil, I had to show fucking animals, and I fucking hated it. Having to brush these ungrateful fucking bovines. And people are fucking into that shit. They pay a lot of money. It is a big fucking deal. And they can, and like, really, it's big business, but I fucking hated it. Holy shit. And they're like, hey, James, why didn't that heifer, like, dolled up? I'm like, we're going to eat this bitch in a month. You know, we're the fucking Morlocks, and they're the Eloi, alright? I'm not going to waste my fucking time putting makeup on this fucking pig, literally some cases, because we're going to drag him down under the fucking earth like it's the goddamn time machine, and we're going to feast on these motherfuckers. And I don't give a fuck, but I'm also not going to pretend. That's my fucking opinion. That's a very cynical outlook, James. Those heifers would resent it up until they got to the sale barn and they put that bolt through their brain. But you know what? To make them look beautiful, up until that point is a valuable aspect of the cattle industry, alright? I fucking lost every... Because like there's this way. It's like dressage or something. You know, it's just you have to walk a certain way. There's a shitload of pageantry to it, and it really is an art. My fucking dumb corn-fed ass. I was out there. It's like, oh, you got to walk a circle. Okay, let's move, bitch. We're fucking going and getting this shit over with because I want to go out with my friends later. I don't want to do. I want to go back home and play Doom or something else. God fucking damn it. That's another one, James. Playing too many video games. Those violent video games. My mom, she burned my copy of Doom. She tried to. She thought it was satanic. I mean, technically it is, but it wasn't really the root cause of my heathenism. But yeah, she burned it. Like, they didn't play around with that shit. It's like, if they sensed the devil, like, they were going to get it out of you. Like the mouth, you wash your mouth out with toothpaste. That's not like a figure of speech. It was like literal. I got that as a kid. Called my sister a son of a bitch. Which is funny in itself. But they, yeah, that was interesting. They should have scrubbed it some more, James. And sent you to my rehabilitation camp. You probably want to run one of those fucked up, like, camps that they have to put in third world countries because they beat the kids or whatever. It's like, well, my son might be a homo, so let me send him off to this Costa Rican shithole. That'll fucking cure him. I'm sure he'll come out real balanced and appreciative of this parental relationship. I'm sure, yeah, that's going to... Well, or something to be... I'm sure... I don't know. God fucking shit. Send me to the fucking camp, motherfucker. Javelin through my fucking nuts. Son of a bitch. These guys are leading a fucking life, too. They just roam... I wish I could just do that. Just join these Van Scary Viking shitheads and just roam the coast and be an asshole. Play the dick in this. I like how they stop. They're in silent reflection. See, I can make them suffer. This is an existential crisis for these guys because they don't know what to do next. I've got you by the nuts, guys. Time is a flat fucking circle, and I have the keys to it, motherfucker. It's an old Chrysler that I've got on the fucking blocks, and I'm... Okay, we'll go. Sorry, I wouldn't do that forever, but... He needs help, people. He needs to get help. So we will try to get James on my show. We're going to stop now because it's almost dinner time and I can't continue this shit when other people are in the house because it's disturbing. And when the cats come in, it's also frightening to them when James makes ridiculous, profane exclamation. Also tends to scare the neighbors too, so we got to stop. Thank you all for tuning in. Again, if there are any more sound issues, just let me know. Other than me being me and having to listen to this shit. Again, I advise you to be productive with your time. Avoid this. You know, most people are going to say subscribe, like, whatever. No, go read a book, exercise, make yourself happy, stay away. But if you are here, let me know if there's sound issues. Y'all take care now.